So we have our granddaughter staying with us at the moment, and that's been a real pleasure, and to see her playing in the garden and enjoying life. Recently she turned 2 years old, and with this really nice weather that we've been having, she's been playing out a lot in the garden. And one of the things that she's started to spot now that she hasn't noticed before are shadows, and obviously the shadows all around us in the garden, but she spotted her own shadow and has started to point at it and say, "So what's that? What's that?" And it's been a fun thing to watch and to see and experience that. But that whole idea of shadows is quite an interesting one. And obviously in Psalm 23 you got that idea of walking through the valley of the shadow of death. And one of the things that I've described about that before is that shadows actually, they're not real things. Shadows are something that you can walk through. They're not solid objects. They're not insurmountable obstructions in the way. And we get that language in all sorts of different things. We describe people who are shadow boxing. They don't have an actual opponent. It's just they're going through the motions of that. And so shadows can be passed through. They might look daunting. They might look difficult. And this season that we're in is a difficult time. And for many, it's a shadow time. And there's something about shadows in the letter that James writes, the brother of Jesus, towards the end of the New Testament. And he describes God as being the Father of all lights, the giver of good gifts. But as the Father of all lights, there is no shadow in him. And that's just a magnificent truth to hold on to at this time, that although we're surrounded by things that seem to make life dark and seem to be obstacles or obstructions, the reality is that God is the Father of all good gifts, the Father of all light, and that in him we can push through, and that we can walk through those valleys where the shadows are, that we can live in the reality of knowing God's love and God's presence, and trust him even in the midst of difficulties. And he will bring us through that valley. He will bring us safe to the other side, that we can trust in him. So today, I pray that you would know the God and the Father of all light, the one who will keep you and hold you and take you through the shadow, even when you're not sure what that means. So bless you today.